So we got a bit of a snowstorm coming in, and I'm really excited. I got a new tent with me. It's a tent I've been wanting to get for a few years now. It's supposed to be able to withstand extremely strong winds and Arctic storms. So I came to a campground and I'm gonna set it up and use it for the first time. All right, I am here. There's a lot of bears in this area. I was talking to somebody the other day who works for the Park Service, and they said bear spray doesn't work properly in the cold. So you can't even carry bear spray on you in the wintertime. You have to carry a firearm. So I got my bear protection right here. I need to set up this tent, but it's not a freestanding tent. So I have to get the stakes into the ground, and I gotta get them seated pretty good in order for it to hold the tent together and for it to stay upright. First, I need to pack down some snow here and give it a little bit of time to kind of harden up, and that way I can put my snow stakes into it. Normally you do this with snowshoes or skis, but I didn't bring any with me. Here's my tent. These are all my snow stakes. I probably do need to pack it down with my feet. I didn't do a good job pulling these tent stakes out, so I got a little bit of ice in the joints. I already had 6 of these winter tent stakes, and I tied on these paracords and put little carabiners on them, but I only had 6, and so I just ordered a bunch more, which is the orange ones, and they just came in the mail yesterday. So they're not set up like these ones. So I'm gonna put these 6 in the most important points around the tent. Just clip it on, and then I can bury these sideways. Bury it. It's forecasted to get down to about 0 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. Now bury it. Now that it's all staked out, I'm supposed to really tighten each of these straps that goes to a tent stake. I'm supposed to pull on it pretty hard until the fabric is pretty much flat and smooth and there's no wrinkles. But I'm not going to crank on it super hard just because only half of these tent stakes are really set well. I'll probably leave the tent just a little bit more loose than you're typically supposed to. It should work fine for tonight since I'm not going to have any wind really. Open this up to vent just a little bit. I'm about out of daylight, so I need to hurry. But I'm going to be cooking dinner right here with my gas stove. I don't want it to melt all the snow underneath it and have a pool of water and ice right here, so it's best just to get rid of the snow. Put this here for now. And there's the inner tent. my sheepskin, some bedding, and my food and cooking pots. My gloves. Freezing to the table. I got this from my bed. I'm gonna sit on it right now. So my butt's getting cold. My gloves, they got all that snow on them. And now that it's kind of melted and wet, they just keep freezing to everything I'm touching. It's actually pulling the fabric apart on my gloves. Whew, that's cold. Alright, there's that. Huh. I'm not sure where all my water is. I might have only brought half the water bottles I intended to. I thought I threw some in my food bag and they're not there. But I do have 2 on my backpack. I'm gonna go get some snow real quick and melt it down for soup. There's the tent. This tent shape is also designed to shed the snow off of it. Here's the tent. Here's some of my stuff. My backpack, my sheepskin for my bed, and this area here is the vestibule. I decided to get the tent with the smaller vestibule because I ended up getting the tent with the largest interior as far as like this kind of size and class of tent goes. So I stuck 2 water bottles in my backpack and I thought I put 2 in the food bag on the sled and they're not there. But I can melt snow, so I should be fine. So what happens when you're melting snow is as it warms up and it turns to liquid, the snow above it in the pot soaks it up like a sponge. And so the bottom of the pot stays dry for quite a long time. So Beatty made me some really good stew again. So it's got a bunch of lentils, it's got lamb, a bunch of little like peppers and onions chopped up and stuff. It's already cooked. I'll just add a few noodles to the pot as well. My jacket's starting to steam a lot. So I'm gonna pour a bit of it in here. I'm gonna pour that in. Get this jar as clean as possible. All right. I hope no bears smell my delicious food. Got this little table. I grabbed this table at the last minute, and I'm really glad that I did. Put that in there. Should cool it down a bit. Snow's still falling pretty heavy out there. Oh, that's so good. So I love eating soup when it's really cold out. It warms up your body so much, and it hydrates you a lot. It just makes you realize like how thirsty you were. It's so good. Yeah, I put this table here just a few minutes ago, and look at how much snow there is. It's so good. Let's close this up for a bit. It's coming down so heavy. It just piles onto my jacket, my pants, my hands, everything it touches. It's pretty much dark for about 17 hours of the day, and it's usually really, really cold when it's really dark. So I spend a lot of time just in bed because I'm in my sleeping bag because that's where it's warm. And so tonight I brought 2 sleeping mattresses so I can make my bed double wide so I can just sprawl out. So I'm gonna make a big, wide, super comfy bed tonight, and I'm gonna get it all to myself. I don't have to worry about a blanket thief or anything like that. I can just get super warm and cozy. I've got this bed sheet that connects these two mattresses together. So this is the 4-person version of this tent. And so 2 of these sleeping pads, they'll fit, and then we'll have about a foot on each side of the bed. There's 2 straps underneath this sheet that both connect right here on this point. And so it holds both of these air mattresses together. This is the best part of it. This is a big sheepskin roll, and it is just so warm and soft. I absolutely love it. I sleep so much better on this sheepskin. Oh wow. Oh, this is so nice. Haha. Oh, this is awesome. To bring the extra air mattress and the sheet to hold them together, it's probably an extra 3 pounds that I put on that sled. I would say it's well worth the 3 pounds. This is going to be really comfy and cozy tonight, that's for sure. I brought these down quilts. So Beatty and I each have one, and they're each rated for like either 15 or 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's going to get down to about 0 degrees tonight. So I've got 2 of them, and I think that having 2 of them should be more than warm enough. Whew, my feet are getting cold. I'm standing here for a few seconds. All right, so this bag right here has my extra down clothing and some of my bedding. So pretty much anytime I'm in the tent, I'll have my booties on. Anytime I leave, switch into my boots. Down quilts don't have that part of the sleeping bag where it comes up around the top of your head right here. I've got this like puffy hood that I'll put on over my head. There's this vent here in the back. So unless it's like super, super windy, it's best to open up as much ventilation as you can. Oh, this feels nice. Oh, this double wide bed. It's so nice. These sleeping pads are each 25 inches wide. And when I sleep on them, if I sleep with my arms down like this, my elbows will fall off the sides of the air mattresses and be on the ground. So like when Beatty and I are sleeping together, I just scooch over to her side just a little bit, and I steal a little bit of her space so I can sleep without my elbows falling on the ground. But if I'm sleeping on one of these by myself, I have to lock my fingers together like this on my chest for my arms to stay in place and stay on top of the air mattress. This is really comfy, and I really just kind of want to lay here and go to sleep. I have to melt snow. Let's see how much snow is on this. Ooh. Well, I am getting buried. It's only been a few hours since I got the tent set up, and look at that. Time to do the dishes. It's probably about as clean as I'm going to get it. This bottle here is completely empty. Still snowing pretty heavy. Doing this ever since I was a little kid, and I still have fun doing it. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna keep scooping up snow, and I'm just gonna add it to this while it's all liquid. there's that. We gotta boil. Yep. All right. And I'll put it down by my feet tonight. This water should still be pretty warm in the morning. And I like to have 2 hot bottles of water in the morning, just so I can put one in each of my boots before I put my feet in, so I don't freeze my toes in the morning, because that's just miserable. I'm going to be making some cinnamon rolls for dessert tonight. I'll cook like half of them. Oh, yeah. There it goes. Open them up just a bit. Dump them in there. And then cook this using a double boiler method. It's going to stop the bottom of this pot from getting super hot. So I can put that in there and then put a lid on. And it's going to steam those cinnamon rolls, and that's how it's going to cook them. It would have been nice if I had the lid for this little pot on the inside too. It'll get a little bit wet, some water will drip in it, but it's fine. It'll just be a little bit more gooey. I guess while that's cooking, I'm just gonna lay back here and relax. This is my home for tonight. And I'm definitely glad I got the 4-person version. The 3-person version would have been big enough for these 2 beds, but we would have had basically no other space inside the tent other than the space the beds take up. Can't see past all the seam. They're looking pretty good. Call that about half. When I start eating it, if it's not cooked all the way in the middle, I can just throw it back on and cook it longer, but it should be done. I'm gonna set this pot up here to cool down. I'm gonna get some more snow to melt. Home sweet home. All right, here's my cinnamon rolls. Oh yeah, these are really good. The one in the middle is still a little bit undercooked, I think. So I'm gonna eat this top one. These are going back on the stove. So I can just lay back, and just relax. I love this propane setup. That's a refillable 1-pound propane canister, and it cost me about $1 to refill it. Looks like it's done to me. Well, this has actually been a really nice camping trip, and I really like this tent so far. So I'll just throw it in there next to the other one. And now with those, my bed should be plenty warm tonight. I'm gonna go step outside real quick, show you guys around. So there's my camp. And you see the roof sagging a bit because I didn't pull it as tight on those stakes as I'm supposed to. It's totally buried back here. I've knocked the snow off the roof with my hand from the inside a few times already. There's that little picnic table. Such a beautiful place. It looks so tiny. It's a little bit tight, but it's not like cramped. It's not horrible. Big step. All right. So I'll leave that open. Knock the snow off. One thing about air mattresses is as the air cools, the pressure inside goes down just like in your car tires. So I got those 2 hot water bottles there. After about 15 minutes, I shifted over onto one of the air mattresses so I'm not in the middle. I got like a bunch of batteries and devices, lanterns, things like that. They're all in the bed here next to me. The split in between the 2 air mattresses, I could feel the cold air in between the mattresses, even through the sheepskin. I could feel just a cold line. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these water bottles, stick them in my boots. And then I'll get out of bed in about 20 minutes and put on my boots. The toe box is still frozen on these boots. I only had those water bottles in here for like 15 or 20 minutes, and they weren't that hot anymore. Hands are a little wet just from getting out of the tent. Got buried pretty good. I knocked the snow off the top a couple times during the night. And then in the back here, there's a vent at the bottom, but it is completely buried in the snow now. There it is. It's really cold out right now. My hands are really cold, but it's hard to operate cameras with gloves on, so. I got a lot of stakes in this thing and they're buried. Luckily not super deep, but it's still gonna take me a little bit of time to dig out this tent. So I'm gonna have a couple granola bars real quick. I wonder how cold they are. I'd say 5-star breakfast with this view. This was a fun camping trip, and I slept really good last night. I was able to get my temperature dialed in really nice. I can look out at this gorgeous view right here. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy just soaking it up. One more. Yeah, I can see some snow falling, so I'm gonna hurry up and eat and try to pack up and break camp as quickly as I can, because I don't know if the snow's gonna pick up or not. Try to stick this out and see if you can see the tent. Keep this covered. So I got this little hammer, and it's nice because it has this claw, so I can dig in the ice or in the dirt, and this hammer's super light. Yep, perfect. Here's the stakes. Here's one. And I'm gonna hang up this tent right away to dry out. This tent worked out great, and I'm very happy with it. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.